She got the best of both worlds. But her fellow co-stars, not so much. Welcome to Beyond the Screen. I'm Nate, and these are the top 10 Hannah Montana celebrities that lost their fame overnight. Number 10, Jason Earles. Bang Flabbit Jackson! That's right, fans of the show surely recognize Mr. Jason Earles as Jackson Rod Stewart, aka Miley's big brother. Fun fact, Jason was almost 30 years old when he started playing the character, who's in his mid-teens, so hey, good for Jason for nabbing that one. He was a lovable goofball who always had something going on. This man was literally the physical embodiment of ADHD. I love him. Following his time on the show, he nabbed the role of Sensei Rudy Gillespie on the hit Disney XD series Kickin' It, which was genuinely one of my favorite sitcoms as a kid. The show centered around Rudy running the Bobby Wasabi Dojo, which was a failing karate studio in a strip mall. The show ran for 4 seasons before suddenly being cancelled in 2015. Jason was left wondering where his next check may come from, and what his next job was going to be. Following Kicking It, Jason ended up taking an unplanned hiatus from the acting world. A hiatus that finally ended in 2022 when he returned to the acting world in the Disney Plus show High School Musical, the series. Really, Disney? You didn't want to workshop that one a little bit? Apparently though, he's been involved with that show behind the scenes since it first aired as a mentor to the young actors. Jason is considered a Disney darling, and he currently teaches the next generation how to be just as energetic as he was. Number 9, Shanica Knowles. I know what you're thinking, and no, despite sharing the same last name as Beyonce and Solange, Shanica is not related to the Knowles family. She just happens to share the same last name. That would be cool if everyone with the same last name was related though. There'd be so many Smiths. Shanica played Amber Addison, one half of the duo that would make up Miley's tormentors. Amber and Ashley made Miley's life a living hell on the show, with Amber being played as a jealous type. She thinks she's a great singer, she's the editor of the school yearbook, and she was the first in her class to get a driver's license. Oh, isn't that special? After the show was cancelled, it seems that Shanica probably should have told people that she was related to Beyonce. Unfortunately, her acting career never got bigger than her time on the show. During her time on the show, she was in the film Jump In alongside Corbin Bleu, but even that was like a much smaller capacity. She was never able to find her place in Hollywood, and she now sits in that pile of actors that never moved on from the House of Mouse. Say hi to Mitchel Musso for us. Number 8. Mitchel Musso. Mitch played Hannah Montana's best friend Oliver Oken on the hit Disney sitcom Hannah Montana. When the show was coming to an end, he began dominating the scene. He was being casted to voice people like Jeremy and Phineas and Ferb, and played one of the titular kings in Pair of Kings. And he was in something called Hatching Pete. I'm pretty sure I saw it, but I repressed that memory. It was really weird. He seemed to be following the same track as Demi Lovato as the next big thing to come from Disney. People think that about Demi Lovato, right? That's something that people agree on. Unfortunately, his career came to a screeching halt in 2011 when he was arrested in Burbank, California. He neglected to slow down after being directed by police, and the report said that the moment the window was rolled down, it was like a cloud of no-no juice just drop-kicked them in the nostrils. He blew a BLA of 0.8, which for those of you who don't know means that he was hammied butt. He was arrested, forced to participate in a no-no juice educational program, and charged with driving under the influence. Needless to say, that didn't really go with Disney's vibe, so he was recasted on Pair of Kings, his prank show got cancelled, and he was basically blacklisted from Disney and everywhere else entirely. He had also been attempting to start a music career, but that just nosedived into a toilet, so if you'd like to find Mitchell these days, you can download one of his old songs, and you'll be the first one to do it in a while, so I'm sure he'll find you. Number 7, Moises Arias. Another former Hannah Montana star, Moises is probably best known as the young entrepreneur and biggest troublemaker on the beach, Rico. His character on the show was always getting sucked into the family's problems, and he delivered some iconic moments that are a big part of the reason that this show still holds up. There's a good chance that you've seen him in recent Hollywood flicks, but you might not realize who he was. Since leaving the Disney world behind, Arias has been a part of several indie films that received stellar reviews, like the coming-of-age story Kings of Summer, when he played Biagio. But most recently, he starred alongside SNL alumni Davidson in a movie based on the comedian's early life called King of Staten Island. Sprouting a goatee, and he's got tattoos all over him, he's unrecognizable. It must be in his contract that he exclusively works in films with King in the title though, it's just a little coincidental. Number 6, Sterling Knight. Sterling only made a handful of appearances on the show, but certainly made his mark as one of Hannah Montana's love interests that doesn't exactly work out. Hannah Montana was actually just one of a few shows that Sterling ended up being a part of, being casted in stuff like Sunny with a Chance, So Random, and Starstruck. His most lucrative role though was playing Zac Efron's son in the film 17 Again. That's right, I bet you forgot about that one. Weird movie, guys. Since his days at Disney, he has unfortunately fallen into the category of brokest cast member. He's made small cameo appearances in films and TV over the years, but he hasn't had a significant acting gig since 2015. Nowadays, he's still trying to work, but when he's not working, he enjoys traveling across the globe. I'm not sure that's a great way to save money, but I'm terrible with my finances, so who am I to judge? Number 5. Cody Linley. Cody was probably the most memorable love interest to ever appear on the sitcom. Sorry, Jesse McCartney, not today. Cody played Miley's on and off again love interest Jake Ryan, returning over and over again until the show's final season. If you were a fan of Jake, then I have good news. If you hated Jake, I have bad news. It actually took a few years for him to stop acting following his time on Hannah Montana. He was able to snag a role in the Sharknado franchise, specifically 4 and 5. There are 7 of those movies. Whoever keeps doing that, please stop. Outside of his role on Sharknado, he's unfortunately found it difficult to find work. Apparently being a Disney kid can severely hurt your career, cause during his time on the show, he was in a ton of projects, either produced or developed by Disney, but the moment that the show was over, it was like he got do not hire just stamped on his forehead. Which is a shame, cause I saw some of the clips from Sharknado and it's surprisingly entertaining. Number 4. Emily Osment. Many fans of the show may believe Emily Osment got her start on the Disney sitcom, but she was actually a well-established actor well before that, starring as Gertie Giggles in the Spy Kids franchise. Remember those movies? I swear the pitch for that was just like, hey, kid in jetpack goes wee! She fell more into the mainstream though, thanks to her role as Hannah Montana's best friend in the world, Lily Truscott. The reason Emily is so far down on this list is because she is one of the few Hannah Montana stars who's still working to this day. That's right, I could not find 10 broke people to use for this list from the show because everyone was just so good at their jobs that they ended up doing stuff afterwards. Emily starred in sitcom after sitcom, even being the lead of her own between 2014 and 2018 called Young and Hungry. Emily currently spends her time, that's right, still on camera, and most recently she played a character named Chelsea on the sitcom Pretty Smart. While she may still only be in the world of TV, she seems to have found a nice home among the lights and cameras. Actually, she probably stays there where she films. I don't know, that bed on Young and Hungry did look pretty comfy. Free rent. Number 3. Billy Ray Cyrus. Billy Ray Cyrus. What a great name! It's 3 first names all in one, so you know that this guy is a country singer. Billy Ray is not only the fictional father of Hannah Montana, but he's actually her real life papa too. Billy Ray, and I do have to say that, not Billy. Billy Ray was a welcome addition to the cast of characters that made up Hannah's life, being a silly but grounded father figure who actually had a lot of wisdom to share with the young fans. Following the show's cancellation, Billy made the decision to focus on his music career instead of acting. Like, he appeared in a few movies here and there, but it was really his voice that got him back into the mainstream. Thanks to his vocal track on the song Old Town Road, as well as his appearance in the music video. You can find any and all songs from this man on Spotify, and good lord, I recommend you do so and blast it as loud as you can. Good old Billy Ray. Number 2. Dolly Parton. She tumbled out of bed and stumbled in the kitchen when she played the role of Hannah Montana's Aunt Dolly on the sitcom. First of all, this woman is in no way broke. She is a sweetheart with a theme park that is one of my personal favorites. It's jammed against the side of a mountain and it's in Tennessee, so nice. She made this list because she was on the show, she's worth mentioning, and to be honest, I ran out of unsuccessful people from the show to use. Everyone did really well in the world of acting. Now, we gotta mention Miss Parton because A, iconic character on the show, and B, cause I wanna! Her role as Miley's aunt on the show was incredibly well done. Despite Dolly basically playing herself, her character was often there to help Miley in times of struggle, and she delivered a lot of words of wisdoms that not only helped her character, but that spread a really positive message to the audience as well. In the past few years, Dolly has been very active in the music world and has even ventured into the world of writing, releasing her first book called Run Rose Run that she co-wrote with James Patterson. She also released an album to go along with that book just as a little bonus. If you're lucky enough to spot her, she does apparently spend some of her personal time at that theme park, but she's not hidden on a ride like Johnny Depp, who I swear is there all the time. That thing looks way too real. And at number 1, Miley Cyrus. Taking the top spot on this list is Miley Cyrus because she is still the most famous cast member to ever come out of this sitcom. Starring, of course, as the titular Hannah Montana, Miley doubled as an actor and a musician. I can still hear the climb ringing in my skull, and anytime I walk up a hill. Her epic voice and talents as an actor nabbed her a sitcom that lasted over 5 years. But when the show was done, fans wanted to know where Miley was going next. Well, that question was answered in 2013 when she decided to show the world that she was no longer some goody two-shoes Disney girl. She was now a woman with her own free will, and she used that free will to swing on a wrecking ball in her birthday suit. And she started one of the most popular dance moves of the 21st century. And I still can't do it. Like, is it in the hips? Following the end of the series, she focused on her music career and stuck to it for quite some time. I'm not saying that she doesn't sing anymore, in fact, she pumps out fresh tracks all the time. When it comes to the acting world, she's actually played herself in films and TV more often than anything. Sure, she's had some voiceover roles in movies like Bolt or Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, that happened. But in films like The Night Before, Pop Star Never Stopping, she's just like a fictionalized, wilder version of herself. Who knows what she may pop in next? Got any theories? Let us know in the comments below. Those are the Hannah Montana stars that lost their fame overnight. If you were upset that most of these people turned out okay, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. I was 7 when this thing came out. It's not like I could have influenced the decision process. I'm not the boss, baby. But if you enjoyed this video for the sake of entertainment, then thank you. Smash that like button and show your love to the channel. It means a lot to us. Thanks for stopping Beyond the Screen today, and we'll see you next time. Because this was one of the like 3. It was this, Zach and Cody and Raven. Those are the best ones. Alright. She got the baby.